welcome to everybody or whoever is listening to this podcast here. This segment is going to be something that raised concerns about me more and more, and I was finally able to get a chance to do it. It's based on the Mahogany fire and also the Poeville fire up in Reno. But those who are familiar with Las Vegas or residents of it, the Mahogany fire started about 2 weeks ago up in Mount Charleston, and in between Lee Canyon and Mount Charleston. And this article was on June 30th. Okay, and it was, according to this article, it was a 10% containment. Okay, that 10% containment, and it burned at this time almost 2,800 acres. Now I'm thinking, is if this fire was 2 weeks ago, okay, that this fire, okay, had burned for a week before it was 10% contained, all right, that this just something that's not right about this. This fire burned for a whole week without being contained. Now I've looked at several reports about this fire, including the internet, and it was allegedly made from a campfire that got too large. But my theory is then it was started and these people must have walked away, because why the campfire was not put out. Okay, the proper containment equipment should have been there, i.e. Fire extinguishers or water, whatever. Okay, it's something is not right about this fire. But I do know at the time it was 2,800 acres that were burned as of June the 30th. And here's just an image on that. Okay, this is an article on 3 News Las Vegas. Okay, that's News 3 LV. All right, so you have a picture of that. 10% contained. All right. I don't know if these reports are accurate. All right, this is an article on it from Las Vegas Review Journal. Okay, let me find a way to try to go around these pop-ups here. All right, forget about it. I can't exit that. But this article, and as of, let me see what day this is, July 5th, is 95% contained. Now I do know, okay, over the last week there was about 400 people that were involved in trying to extinguish the fire. Many people in the Lee Canyon area had to evacuate, and there was no camping allowed up there for the weekend. So they pretty much had shut Mount Charleston down altogether. All right, so these brave gentlemen had worked alongside to put together or to extinguish pretty much, and I'm thinking by now, the day is the 7th, this fire should be fully extinguished. So it's probably unfortunate that many tourists cannot come and visit, maybe hunt and do some fishing and stuff. That's probably some of the events that you can do during the summertime. But this area is mainly known for skiing and other things, camping, maybe having a cabin and so forth, snowboarding, other fun events that the people do during the winter time. Okay, and so I guess this is the brush that was affected from all this. Okay, in the Mount Charleston / Lee Canyon area. Okay, but this is 2,800 acres of it that were 95% contained. Now, one thing I didn't know is that this guy John Adair, okay, had mentioned about a red flag warning. So this is based off the speed of the winds. I guess that's important All right, that if it's over a certain miles per hour, which I'm thinking on here, according to where I have highlighted, um, if it's about 40 miles an hour, then it's a red flag warning. And I think that that's pertinent that they encompassed this miles an hour and also the direction, because that determines on what the direction the fire blows. Okay. So it also determines other things, if it's safe to be outside or if it's safe to camp and do other things. Okay, driving conditions, because it does affect winds like that. Your driving conditions. I experienced that when I was stationed in Colorado a long time ago. Okay, that people had broken or cracked windshields because of high winds. Okay. This is just a map of the fire in this area according to Reno Gazette Journal. This is the Mount Charleston area where I have my hand on here. Okay, the fire is in this area. This is Lee Canyon, and this is Angel Peak. Okay, now on the other side of this is pretty much like Mount Charleston. So, but there's other little subsidiary little camping areas around Mount Charleston. Okay, and this was the area of the fire. This is probably the roads that are leading around Mount Charleston and back. I do know these roads is one main road, and you have the other road that turns around and comes back on the same road that goes to 95. So this is how large that fire was. As you can see, these roads go back to 95 here, okay, that heads back to Las Vegas. So that's that, and that's a good thing that families were not affected by this. Okay. Now, in the midst of all this, all right, that I ran across this Poeville. It's as close to Reno, around the Truckee area. That's close to California, but on the which is between the state line border of California and Reno, that there's a fire up there, and this fire, okay, according to Reno Gazette Journal, has burnt 3,000 acres, destroyed 8 buildings, okay, and it was considered very erratic. So this fire was out of control, okay. This is some effects of it. Okay, but at this time, this article was published 29 June. Okay, let me see if I could just do a few images. But this picture or this image is some of the effects from this fire. Okay, let me see. Okay, so firefighters here, they destroyed buildings. Okay, this is some of the brush destroyed. Okay, you have some acres of brush destroyed from this. Okay, these fires had to be intentionally set. Okay, to be a fire this big. Okay, if you ask me, something that was systematically set for a lot of reasons. Okay, insurance, maybe. New resorts and stuff like that. I've known of cases happening like this before. Okay, look at this. The cars are burned up. Wow, bus. This is a huge acreage of land right here is destroyed. Okay. All right. This is around the Lake Tahoe area in the mountains up there, the Nevada Sierra. Okay, and it's very, very pretty up there if you get a chance to go to Reno. It's a little bit cooler, and it snows in Reno, but it's very, very nice. That's a little, like basically like a little Las Vegas, and Lake Tahoe is beautiful. I haven't had a chance to go up there yet, but I will go. Okay, and some other stuff right there. All right, so this fire here, okay, according to NC Web. All right, this is, I guess this tracks the progress of it, okay, whether it's progressive for the better or for the worse, okay. This area is where the Poeville fire is. So here's Reno, okay, where I have the cursor on, and here's the state border, okay. This is when you start to get into the Nevada Sierras, and it gets very, very cold up there. This is the I-80, and they also have the Union Pacific railroad that goes through here too, and that railroad was a very, very difficult railroad to build when it was built in the latter part of the 1800s, in the 1860s, around that time. Okay, so nevertheless, here's where this fire is. Okay, and here's Poeville, right in that area. Okay, so very, very windy roads. Okay, it's very, very these roads are no joke out there, and they get very, very bad when it snows out there. I know what I'm telling you. Okay, in this area here where the fire is. So I can warn you, if you come during the cooler parts of the year, you have to be very, very careful, okay, and very diligent when you're out in this area, Nevada and Sierra, because it's no joke. All right, so one last article on this is this fire, lo and behold, was 98% contained, and this is as of July 2nd, and I'm pretty sure all this is over. They probably just have to assess a lot of the damage and so forth. Okay, this is a pretty cool, nice. Oh, this is pretty pleasing to know, that in our state that a lot of this, the fires are contained here. Okay, and these guys have worked hard and put their lives on the line to contain these fires. Okay, and this is going on simultaneously with they have the heat wave. It's coronavirus has increased from 5,000 to 15,000. And I think that I have to do another video for that with the increased tourism since the casinos open. Okay, but some of these articles you can look at on your own. All right, and this is according to Channel 2 News in Reno, Nevada. Okay, this just one last thoughts. All right, they are just trying to find information on who did this and why, but I'm pretty sure this is intentionally set. All right, if you like this video, feel free to subscribe, share it with your friends, and check out some of the other videos. And stay tuned for the next home chat. Okay, there's going to be one coming out very, very soon. And thanks for listening.